could have. I don't know. What if he just like hung up like a walker or something from its neck or something like that? And
why?
I don't know. That'd be more elaborate to see. It's like, oh, okay, it's a hanging.
For what
walker.
reason?
I don't know. I just feel like something's more. I don't know. You're right. Maybe the whole...
I don't even understand what.
No, nothing. I just feel like why did he distract him with something else? Just like digging up a tiny hole and saying bury me here.
Well, that wasn't the distraction. The distraction was the shopping carts.
Yeah, it was the shopping carts.
It served 2 points because he was able to take the melon and then show them, hey, after all this goes down, bury me here.
Yeah, but isn't that supposed to? Weren't they supposed to? I feel like they were purposely led. It was purposely led to be there to see this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, Richard led them there.
Right.
Richard was
with
the head
shopping
of the
carts with the arrow pointing that way.
Well, Richard was the head of the team. He was the one scouting it out and be like, "Oh, let's check over here." And
are you sure he was the first one? I thought he was the last one there because he had to go hide the melon.
Yeah, he hid the melon, but then he came back up and he told Benjamin to keep his gun up, and then they all walked behind that building.
Oh, maybe it was then. Okay, it's fine.
So it's.
I don't really care when he did it. I thought, yeah,
it's
okay. Who cares?
Yeah, I think we were looking too deep into it. The only thing that confused
not deep
me
enough
was
with that hole.
was the king's speech.
Not deep enough with that thing. Really not.
No. So the saviors and the kingdom meet again at their usual meeting spot.
Oh, don't they love those meetings?
Yeah. And Gavin takes everybody's guns because they're late and he has to do something that they're not going to like. So he takes their guns. King tries to put up a fight. Tries to at least get Morgan's stick back, but eventually they all have to give in. They appear to be 1 melon short of a dozen. And so someone has to die. And we have been led to believe this whole season that it's going to be Richard.
Right.
Probably would have been Richard too.
Would have.
But Richard was a little too cocky. He was... I think he bothered Jared. I think it was a mix of Benjamin muttering something to Jared.
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, because we skipped over the part where Jared hit Jerry with the stick.
Oh, yeah, that part. Yeah.
And then Benjamin mutters something about Jared.
That was really rewarding because I think what was his name? Is it Gavin, the leader of the Saviors group? I think.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care about why you're late.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Don't interrupt the king, Jared." And it's just like, Jared, just shut up. Yeah. Like, how could you even? Like, why would you even say anything? Like, he just had to say something. I'm like, I look at my brother. My brother likes Jerry. I'm like, that was the most rewarding thing so far. Like, he just gets hit because, you should just not talk. You should just not have lines.
He gets hit good.
That's it, like, oh.
And the king would have been fine being interrupted because he knows the stakes and he knows...
I don't even think he flinched when Jerry got hit. Yeah, it's like, oh, thank God. I was waiting for somebody to do that.
Yeah. I was hoping he'd spit up all of his cobbler and all of his teeth.
No, he hit him in the forehead, so...
Whatever.
Gave him a concussion, maybe.
You know that it doesn't matter. You can stab a walker in the neck and it'll hit their brain.
Oh, right. Yeah, so. I forgot the science of the TWD.
Yeah.
TWD science.
So where are we here?
Well, Richard's about to get shot.
Yeah, so Richard is ready for it. They say, you keep not following the rules, all of you, so now you have to learn a lesson.
And this was really tense, too. It was really tense.
It was pretty tense. I thought the kingdom was one of the most cooperative and most,
right.
Up to standards of any of the teams that the Saviors deal with. And
this is the most I've ever seen Gavin really stress over something.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't want to do it. He's just trying to earn a living.
But he's doing it properly. Like, we're talking about, somebody what, yeah, it's like, when you go to airport security and you have to get frisked or something, it's like, yeah, we know you're not a terrorist, but, I got to do this or something. It's
yeah, I guess.
It's one of the, I don't know. It's like, you can really tell it's like, this is my day job. I don't like my day job. I just like going home, kicking back and, just doing a crossword puzzle or something.
Yeah. But he had to,
he had to kill somebody. Something tells him he has to kill somebody.
And they've been saying it was going to be Richard and he expects it to be Richard.
That's true.
Doesn't even turn around when the shot's fired, but when he does turn around and it is revealed that it was Benjamin that got shot,
you didn't even see where he got shot when you think about it.
Well, he got shot in the leg, like the thigh.
Was that where he got shot?
Yeah, the upper leg, because you saw them later, like kind of patting it down.
I didn't bother looking back because I know he was just supposed to die. That's fine, but I didn't. It wasn't even clear because like that they didn't they didn't show a gun wound.
Yeah, they showed. They
didn't have a close-up.
They showed him shoot lower.
Yeah.
Than above the waist, and then later when they're trying to stop the bleeding, we see them put the towels on his thigh.
Yeah. They decided not to go Hollywood on this, because in Hollywood, most people would survive that. But
no, because he got shot in like a main artery.
I mean,
He
yeah,
got
exactly.
like
I still see
one of the biggest arteries in that leg.
Okay, like let's say like in Fast and Furious, if Vin Diesel gets shot there, he'll survive.
Well, it depends, unless they make a point to like, we gotta get him. He's bleeding out.
Right.
Yeah, then you'll know he got shot in the artery.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I feel like there was no close up. They didn't show anything. There was no close up on this. Like, there's been a lack of close ups this half.
I mean, they're all wearing black. They're wearing. You're not going to see it.
Yeah, they're only on a zombie show. With Greg and Katiro as special effects.
You're not going to see it when they're all wearing black. The blood's going to seep in. It's just going to be a mess of black and blood.
I know. It's just like I find details don't matter in this show anymore.
Well, I found it very clear that he was shot in the leg.
Very clear. I didn't care for it, but I'm just saying this. It's one of the many things that I find that they're not. This is one example of amongst many things that they don't show close-ups anymore too. You don't find?
But what would a close-up of this been?
I don't know. It just would have been a close-up of a gun wound on a leg.
You wouldn't have seen it.
What?
Because it's all black.
Whatever.
Everyone's wearing black, and the blood is overtaking everything. If it was if he was wearing khakis, yeah, maybe do a close-up. You'll see it.
Fine. It's okay. Yeah, it wasn't necessary. I know. I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it. It
I
just
think
reminding me of like
deal.
details. You know what I mean? They don't show. There's no gory close-ups anymore.
The detail is in the dialogue.
Right. Like for things that you don't want to show gore to, and that's what bothers me in a zombie show.
Yeah, but Gunshot's not really gore. Not for this show.
No, but like if there's going to be a show that shows it, it's going to be this one.
Yeah, I just found it would be unnecessary.
Maybe.
They showed it. I mean, they showed them trying to patch up that gun wound. All the blood pouring out of it.
Again, like I don't want to just take too much into what I'm saying here either.
No.
It's one of the many frustrations that have accumulated so far.
I just don't understand how it's a frustration.
Not this. Everything it accumulates.
Okay.
Jeez, Matthew.
So
listen to my details.
And then anyway, Gavin's pretty upset about this because it was supposed to be Richard that got shot. I think that's what they had all agreed on.
Gavin's upset, but yet he's delaying the fact that he needs.
Yeah. He has to make sure his point was made because what happened, but he's not going to waste this opportunity to make sure that the point was made. Tomorrow, you meet at the right time and you bring the missing melon.
Yeah, but he's still responsible for it, so we have to make him guilty on something. Because even though he's acting fair, he is a big part of the reason why.
Oh, well, nobody there is good.
Oh, every second counts when you get shot at an artery. Every second, every damn second. So that second, Gavin knows it, and he should know that he's quite responsible for that.
Yeah,
for sure.
But he's not going to just derail the whole mission by saying, "Hey, take him and we'll talk about this later." It's like, okay, what happened, and now we got to make the best of this. You're still going to hear my spiel, but I'm probably going to be a little, because originally it was supposed to be Richard that died.
Right.
So they would have had hours to talk about it after, because there would have been no question.
Right.
But, you kill a kid, you injure a kid is supposed to be really important, apparently.
Wow, we can't wait till we get that. What's that character's name? That's
Which character?
Sorry?
Which character?
The one that shot Benjamin.
Jared.
Yeah, I can't wait till we get to see his demise, because that's somebody that really deserves it.
Yeah.
And it is when I was liking Richard, obviously you empathize with Richard, but then Richard started getting on your nerves a bit. You wanted to take it to extremities for certain things.
Yeah, Richard didn't have any tact.
No.
But this was probably the most tactful thing he did, and when it didn't go his way, you could see he was really torn up about it. Like, he was...
It's kind of an idiot.
Sad. How though? Because we as a viewer maybe saw this coming, because there's a lot of spotlight put onto Benjamin's character lately. But Richard, I mean, we assumed Richard knew that he was the next to go. They kept telling it. They kept shoving it down our throats.
Right.
So if Richard plans this whole thing out, he's the only one who's going to get in trouble. He's the only one who's going to pay the price.
I would say going as far as meddling this much as he did. I mean, I know he meant to do a righteous thing, but I mean, I felt like it was something like, what if he just, how do I say, if he just did the little things, like, I guess he wanted something immediate, but
it's got to be extreme.
I guess so, yeah.
And sacrificing himself, it's the most selfless thing he could do.
That's true. Well, Morgan didn't clearly see it that way, but yeah.
And it's what Daryl told him to do too.
That's true. Yeah,
it's like, if you love the kingdom so much, why don't you die for it?
Yeah, you die for it, and he did. Yeah.
And kind
with the wrong hands, though.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, we'll get there. So Ezekiel looks mad as heck here, just choking down the urge to kill them all. But he does say that he understands. when speaking to Jerry.
I'm not confused. Sorry,
But he's gritting his teeth. He's super angry here. Benjamin dies on Carol's dining room table. I guess they had to go there. It was the closest place.
Should probably just varnish that table. Poor Carol.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder what she's doing there. But this sends Morgan out into the streets, kind of reverting back to his crazy clear days. He's got to clear.
Yeah.
He's having
everything's clear.
Flashbacks of
his
Dwight. Not Dwight.
Dwayne. His son, yeah.
Yeah.
And his wife, who shall remain nameless because we don't remember.
Yeah. And he's building up. He's building up to something big. Like the music's building up. He's pacing. The flashes are getting faster. We see he's about to slit his wrists over the grave plot.
It's a breaking point.
And then he finally snaps and just kicks over that yellow recycling bin. Very anticlimactic. But we find the missing melon.
Did you find it like in terms of like the time, how it can't be a factor here, because if they had to rush to get to Carol's to save Benjamin's bleeding and it took long enough for him to die, and then Morgan walked all the way back to where they were.
Maybe he ran. Who knows?
I know. Yeah,
he could have been out for days.
That
he went into crazy.
I'll say
mode.
Hours, but yeah, I mean, it's just I mean, like you have to really you really have to suspend your belief in time in this every time. Like another reason why they have to do that in The Walking Dead. Like it's so countless times that they have to do that. But
that's true. Like if he's just pacing around on the streets and he ends up there, then there's a problem.
But everything, they're all next to each other. They're right there. Soon, Alexandria will find out that the sanctuary was right behind them the whole time.
Yeah.
Just like that prison in season 2, in the end of season 2.
Yeah, there's all this whole... it's all geographically, it's all on the head of a pin. It's a pretty very small area.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Anyway, this is where Morgan puts it all together, and he has these flashes of slightly saturated or desaturated scenes.
Sepia tone.
Well...
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Not really. Sepia tone looks nicer.
Not for a flashback. Not for like something.
They've used it before.
Happened.
I'm sure they use sepia tone or
black
and white.
Yeah, you use that when you're going back to silent film type of deals, or like old saloons. But I'm not going to do it for something that happened a few hours ago.
A while back.
Yeah,
2.5 hours ago.
We see Morgan put it all together. He finds that missing melon. Doesn't take the melon back, but he takes the yellow recycling bin back.
The Shelbyville recycling bin. Are you sure it was a recycling bin? In all honesty, I'm questioning it now. It had the recycling symbol on it.
Symbol. The
Did?
arrows.
What if it was like those like mop pails?
No way, man.
It had no wheels, so yeah, I guess not. But Shelbyville recycling bin.
The Morgan goes to Richard, throws it down, and I love how this scene. Morgan does not say a word.
No, he doesn't. But he looks like he was about to pounce.
Yeah, look. Morgan is having a real tough time processing everything that Richard is saying. Like, probably, I imagine because most of what Richard is saying makes sense.
It does,
and Morgan cannot compute things that make sense. Morgan's pretty much Richard's pretty much talking about his actions,
his lack of actions.
Well, the actions that led to this point.
Oh, right, but like when he was retelling his lack of actions of the reason why he lost his family, including his daughter.
I kind of tuned out because it's stuff we've heard 100 times. You
tuned out twice?
Yeah, well, it's stuff we've heard 100 times before in this show, and pretty good acting from this
from Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. I wrote, exactly. Pretty top tier acting.
Did you notice something though?
What?
Richard's room looks exactly like Morgan's, just without the sign.
Weren't they? They weren't in Morgan's? Yeah, I guess it looked exactly the same.
It looked exactly the same.
I just assumed it was the same place, but why would he be in Morgan's room?
And I'm just wondering, okay, well, like, they're getting lazy now, aren't they?
Yeah, unless he was in Morgan's room just waiting for him.
Without the painting?
But there was no painting?
I don't think there was a painting.
Okay,
so I don't think there was a painting. And well, yeah, why would Morgan know where to go and just shoot the pail at him?
Yeah.
So I know he's in my room and I'm going to shoot the pail in there.
Yeah.
Let's shoot the pail.
So Richard explains it all. I mean, we put it all together. We figured it out way before Morgan did. This is the whole reason for doing it. He wanted to die for the kingdom. Let King Ezekiel and everyone else know there were real stakes at hand. And maybe they would start fighting. Go with Rick, start fighting.
Right.
He was going to be a martyr for all this. And instead, it was young Benjamin, which threw him for a loop.
But I think Morgan would have let a lot of it go if he'd had told them right away. Because I think that was the boiling point.
But it's not like he waited weeks. He told him after, like, he couldn't tell them right away because the importance was.
When was the next? The next drop